So this question is just from the IB question bank. It's a counting question about permutations, combinations, factorials. Let's have a read of it. But in the first question, we want Jack to finish immediately after Andrea. We've got 8 competitors, so we are going to take our 8 competitors and we're going to think about Jack, or Andrea rather, and then Jack in one box like that. And then in the other box, or we've got rather 6 other boxes with each competitor. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can just arrange those in any way we like, so long as we keep this first box in this order. So 1, 2 is obviously 7 factorial. So 7 factorial, all we're going to do is type it into our calculator, which I'm just doing now. So it's going to end up being 5,040 different ways of doing it. Now the second one takes a slight bit more thought. In any position after Andrea. So that means that Jack doesn't have to finish immediately behind Andrea, but he can finish anywhere in those positions behind her. Now, probably the best way to think about this is to just, with all these counting problems, don't rush into it. Think for 30 seconds about how it can happen. So, for Jack to finish behind Andrea, that will happen half the time. And half the time, Jack will be in front of Andrea. So if we think about these 8 competitors in the race, that's 8 factorial. The number we had before, 5040 times 8. And then we're going to divide it by 2, because half the time he finishes behind and half the time he finishes in front. So we actually end up with 20,160. So we'll just double check that. Yeah, so those are the 2 answers. Quite straightforward if you just take a minute to think about how you can form all the different answers.